There's so much stuff going on, but I don't know what's going on. Give us an update. You haven't been on campus for a while now. When did you...
Graduated 2013.
2013. Yeah. That is what's up.
Yeah, alumni.
Alumni. How does it feel to be back on campus?
It's actually good. When you're here, you're just here. But when you come back, you're like, oh my God, it's URI.
Yeah, it's beautiful when you come back,
so,
right?
You're appreciating everything, literally the doors and everything.
I feel you. Were you in the studio? The doors.
Literally, like, oh wow, it's the doors. I'm rushing through.
I feel you, man. URI is a great place. When you were here, you were doing music, fashion. What are you up to now?
Pretty much, first of all, graduating, you had to get into the real world.
Oh, yeah.
Dun. I had to adjust to the real world first, kind of organize myself.
This is my world.
Organize my life, and then, pretty much, and then I had the clothing line, IBMC Apparel. It branched off, we had, Statement opened up. We had everybody going there supporting, picking up their... custom made.
Yeah, and you get your custom made stuff there.
You could do it. I mean, and it was one of those things. It was just like, it all happened so fast, and I was just like, wow, it was like straight out of college. So
yeah, that's what's up. I mean, that's a blessing right there to have something going for you when you get out of college, because people go straight from whole dining plans to the ramen noodle diet. It happens literally overnight because it's a tough world, but. What's going on with the clothing right now? I know you're doing music and you got this new single, The Proposal, but what's good with the clothing right now? Because that's what I've known you for.
So IBMC Apparel, it started because I've always had the movement of, my music and just lifestyle success forever music. Mm-hmm. That's what, IBMC Apparel represents. So,
okay.
Pretty much, I started it, created it, branded it, did the photo shoots, all the models. So now I have everything in place. But the music is behind the movement. Forever music, lifestyle success. So now we're trying to get the music, element into place. And, from there, everything is going to fall into.
So the clothing was kind of like the platform.
Yeah, the foundation. Because, once the music movement is going, people are seeing the lifestyle success, the music being created and all of that.
Dope.
It's like that. That machine behind it. You know what I'm saying? So people have been seeing me kind of secretly packaging that, and they're like, so what's next? But, I kind of just hold on.
That's pretty dope. That's actually really dope because you never see anybody go about it that way. Like, I'm going to put out a clothing line, and it's been a while. It's been about 3 years, I want to say.
2 years.
2 years?
Yeah, just about 2 years.
Just about 2 years that you've been developing this platform, and now it's time for the music. Now it's time for what this all, the whole thing,
Yeah, because you have to be smart when you do it, because it's one of those things everybody wants to do music now. Mm-hmm. But music is a business now. You have to. Your talent is always going to be your talent, but you have to take your time and really craft your brand. So I've been really just crafting the brand. So now I have a legit brand, IBMC Apparel. And then after that, I'm like, okay, let's put the music, and then from there, I'm gonna combine the two, and it's gonna be like, whoa. You're gonna think a stranger is gonna think overnight. You are gonna say, oh, I seen him built IBMC.
Yeah, but stranger gonna be like, yo, it happened overnight. But there's no such thing as an overnight success. It takes time. It takes work.
It takes 10 years to be an overnight success.
As Big Sean says, it takes 10 years to become an overnight success.
What are we looking at as your fan base? Are you outside of Rhode Island with the line?
Cause you're all over the place.
Yeah, cause people call me the flying bat, cause I usually am always all over.
Mm-hmm.
I started doing that, when I first got my first deal with Value Links and Sony, and I was, when I wanted
with who?
With Value Links and Sony, so they had distribution with them. So I released the first record called Nice Girl. So that went international, and then that went through DJ Bam Bam, and then it went number 16 on Beatport. So from there, from New York, after winning awards, I went to LA. From LA, I was like, okay, forget it. Anywhere I was needed, a lot of people in the industry know me for that. I would literally travel from here to Atlanta or maybe Florida just to network or wherever. So that's what I've usually been doing, building those relationships. So, a lot of times now that the brand has been established, when I made those trips, it was IBMC. After graduating, I went international to Cape Verde. I networked the brand there too. So pretty much had the island. I had sung, and the media over there, they put me on, and they was showing it, and I kind of spoke about it. Mm-hmm. And then from there, when I came back, then prior to me, I have a team, so it's like, okay, we're in Miami, let's go take the brand.
Yep.
We're going to London, let's take the brand. Wherever. If I wasn't there, someone else is taking it.
Dope.
Louisville, Kentucky, like LA, like wherever. So it's been moving. It's even if you have to take 3, 4, 5 shirts from you.
Yep.
And branch it out or whatever fashion.
So
shows.
the platform is there. The platform's there. Yeah, so, it's international.
Yeah,
so let's talk about the music. 2 years. Have you been working on music for 2 years?
Yeah, because a lot of people didn't know I was secretly a songwriter. I was around a lot of different like when I did travel to big studios, writing with other people and doing things and pitching ideas for other big artists, like their records, like Mario. Like I went to Nashville. So like I had a camp in Nashville. So like they're like, okay, listen, we need certain records for Mario. Let's craft up. So I've been doing the songwriting thing still. And I was using that traveling, but as far as the music-wise, my project, I've had a lot of on and offs. Like I'll, record a certain amount of tracks. I'm like, you know what? Nah, this ain't gonna work. Scratch it. So I've been in between all of that, and then at the end of 2014, it was like, okay, listen, you've been holding on to certain records. This record right here makes sense. This is you, and let's go. So from there was Forever Music, and that's how the Forever Music really branched out, because that's the type of music I create. I want to create music that lasts forever. Like I don't want to just make now music. Like
I feel you. I feel you. It's definitely about the timeless tracks that people are going to remember for a while versus
So usually when I try,
shorty better have my money.
Even when I'm even when I'm in studios or writing with other artists or other writers, they know me for one thing only, and I always tell them, I'm like, I don't listen to the radio. I listen to what's what's in me. That's how I create my originality. Like
I do.
That's
dope.
The talent's already there. The flow's already there. So
what's in you? What are you listening to?
Right now, I'm listening to what's happening now, because I already have that soul already crafted within me. So as far as the talent of vocal singing, vocal arrangements, all of that, melodies, Neo, Usher, all of those people, those people are there. But as far as what's now, I'm listening to everything, because now I can take that and craft it into what's happening now. So
word. So how would you describe your sound in one word,
authentic,
if you had to? Authentic.
Which is the name of my EP coming up.
Yeah. Okay, so the EP is Authentic.
Yes.
And the first single is
Proposal,
which is getting a lot of buzz now.
Yeah, Proposal is, it has one of those sneaky buzz, because, a lot of people's getting married, engaged. It's, it was a record created, from past relationships, what I went through and what I learned. Love yourself before you give yourself to another.
Which is dope. Which is like, who is that? You speaking before?
Yeah, that was me speaking.
That's dope. I really, really like that. And that it's true. You really do have to love yourself before you can love anybody else, or before anyone could love you.
Yeah, exactly. Because a lot of people get in relationships thinking, this person makes me whole. You have to learn singleness while being with that person. So when that person's not around you, you're not like, where are you? Come home. It's just like, you're like, okay, do your thing, I'm gonna do mine. You know what I'm saying? When you come together, you just literally have a ball. And then, because a lot of people, sometimes they kind of live off, some people need people, some people want people. But, what Proposal is really saying is love yourself before you give yourself to another. When you do, make sure they are the definition of love. Make sure that person is the definition of love. So it's like it's the new anthem for like the new generation of love song. Yeah,
that's dope. I'm hoping that this generation listens to that, because it's a dope track and it's 100% true what you're saying.
Yeah, it's gonna take it's a slow start, and that was a realistic understanding when creating it. But I feel like over time, the more I create other things and the more I get out there. Like other artists, when you hear of, let's say Chris Brown just started today and he blows up with one single, next thing you know, you log him and you're like, oh, he has this other song. Oh, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I'm creating all these records. So that, when you hear them, you're like, okay, Ivan has that authentic sound, that forever music,
What do you think about the thought that R&B is dead?
R&B, it's one thing people are creating music now to, I don't think is necessarily dead. I feel like it's the creativity, the way that you can get creative. I feel like you can bring it, because even some of my songs, like a lot of times, like when I'm in the studio writing or with other producers or whatever, they're like, don't do R&B, do ratchet, like do the skips. I'm like, okay, I can do the da 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 da, but I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like I can put that. So it's not really dead. It's just how you craft yourself. You can still bring R&B in anything you're doing, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like real music is never in denial. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just all about the message, like a message, like Proposal. That might sound like a real R&B song, but general population right now may just literally, when it's officially out there, can say, you know what, Ivan is right. I really have to love me before I give myself to another. Right. This song's a hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like it's what you're speaking of instead of just take your panties off. It's more like, you know what I'm saying? Like
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So.